It's meditation time. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy birthday, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I have been watching The View and the news, and like The View, that's my jam. I watch that every weekday at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time with Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and Meghan McCain, the whole crew, Sunny Hostel, and Anna. I'm not sure of her last name. I love them all though. I love that show. And people have different opinions about it. My mom used to love it. Now she really doesn't so much anymore. I go back and forth with who I like the best on the panel. Um, you know. So anyway, I was watching The View this morning, and they were talking all about Martin Luther King and the wonderful things he stood for and wished for. And it got me excited for today. I'm also already excited. I'm up, showered, and makeup. As you see, I look like a decent human being. And you guys are not used to seeing me like this. You're not used to getting me this way. You're used to getting me my everyday in the house, real life shit, high bun, no makeup. But anyway, a very good friend of mine has bought a condo and wants me to come have like a girls' day. I'll probably end up sleeping over. There is my overnight bag and her gift for Christmas that I have not given her yet. So I'm waiting to hear from her about when she's going to be ready to meet up. We will probably do a little shopping today and maybe get something to eat. And then I'm going to spend the night over her house, help her get some things in order and unpacked, and spend a little bonding time with a friend. So in doing so, I'm going to get a couple of days of meditations filmed now for you guys so I don't miss any uploads. So, without further ado, we are going to jump over to our Just for Today meditation. Take your book out, read along with me, and we're going to flip over to January 18th, the simple inventory. The daily inventory is a tool we can use to simplify our lives. The most complicated part of taking a regular inventory is deciding how to start. I agree. Should we write it out? What should we examine? In how much detail? And how do we know when we finished? In no time, we've turned a simple exercise into a major project. Here's one simple approach to the daily inventory. We set aside a few minutes at the close of each day to sit quietly and check out our feelings. Is there a knot, big or small, in our gut? Do we feel uncomfortable about the day we just finished? What happened? What was our part in the affair? Do we owe any amends? If we could do it all over again, what would we do differently? We also want to monitor the positive aspects in our lives in our daily inventory. What has given us satisfaction today? Were we productive, responsible, kind, loving? Did we give unselfishly of ourselves? Did we fully experience the love and beauty the day offered us? What did we do today that we would want to do again? Our daily inventory doesn't have to be complicated to be effective. It is a very simple tool we can use to keep in daily touch with ourselves. Just for today, I want to keep in touch with the way I feel in living this life I've been given. At the end of this day, I will take a brief, simple inventory. That reading is so informative on so many levels, in my opinion. Excuse me. I have to learn how to edit so I can. Anyway, that was a question that I had for a long time. I didn't understand how to do that, and I can't say I don't still. Like I tell you guys all the time, I never want to come off in these videos as if I'm some guru or know-it-all or perfect at recovery and, never get cravings, never get thoughts. I don't ever want to come off like that. I want this to be a safe space where like-minded people can come together and throw ideas around and inspire each other and share stories and come here for a lift me up and a support. So with that being said, I always, that was one of the questions that I had for a while. How do I even do the steps? You always hear about step work and meetings and, all that. And the answer I always got was once you get a sponsor, that is their, role is to teach you, guide you through the steps. Um, And I only had one sponsor in my life, and it wasn't for very long. And she was a lovely person. I just didn't get what I needed from her. It wasn't the right time. I kind of just was going through the motions of like asking someone to be a sponsor and doing that because that's what I was told to do. But I mentioned in another video when this topic came up that that would be something that I would really look forward to. I don't have a shit ton of good close female friends or supports in my life, so I think I would benefit greatly from a sponsor, someone who's close to me that I can trust. I have a lot of trust issues in my life with relationships, friendships, so that would benefit greatly for me, I think. So, whether it's a sponsor, whether it's, you know, even that reading right there, that could guide you. Pull out that reading every night. Go through the questions, write it down, get a dedicated notebook. Guys, I'm not lying to you. I have another one of these bags, and I get these from Walmart. I love them. They're reusable cloth. But anyway, I have another one back there on my bed if I wasn't sitting on the floor with my fat ass and I could get up. It's full of one subject notebooks. You guys are actually on top of my planners, and I'm all about that. Get a one subject notebook, start writing questions. And it's so cool. What I love about keeping a journal and my one subject note, I have stacks. And I love sometimes, on a rainy day or when I'm bored or if I'm cleaning something out and I come across them, I love to just go back to years back and just see where I was in my life and the differences that I made. It's very interesting. So, there's plenty of information out there now with the internet and everything else. So I'm sure you guys could figure out how to go through the steps. Any information or advice or anything you think that can help me or anyone else, leave it in the comments below. I always encourage that discussion in the comments below. I'm really looking forward to like building a little community here. I've been at it since January 1st, and I really don't I've only gotten a couple views on a couple videos, and at times I was like being a little discouraged, but then I'm like, girl, you've been here 2 weeks. Like, what do you want? And no, I don't care about how many subscribers or anything. I just want to, I don't care if there's 10 of us, 20 of us, just to have a little community to sit and talk about these things with. And it's a little discouraging in the beginning when you're starting off your channel and you're making these videos and nobody's seeing them. So, I mean, listen, not that there's any big secrets, informative greatness to these videos. I'm just saying, I'd like to bounce ideas off people during these videos. So I hope, and I know we will, grow our community one day to that level. All right, guys, moving on to The Language of Letting Go by Melanie Beattie. I love this book. I got this book by Peter Mon's recommendation. You've heard me say this before. I am looking into getting a couple other ones from her or others just to have a variety. But I do love the way this one pairs with the Just for Today. Like they bounce off each other perfectly. So let's move over to January 18th. Gratitude. Sometimes in life, things happen too fast. We barely solve one problem when two new problems surface. We're feeling great in the morning, but we're submerged in misery by nightfall. Every day we face interruptions, delays, changes, and challenges. We face personality conflicts and disappointments. Often when we're feeling overwhelmed, we can't see the lessons in the experiences. One simple concept can get us through the most stressful of times. It's called gratitude. We learn to say thank you for these problems and these feelings. Thank you for the way things are. I don't like this experience, but thank you anyway. Force gratitude until it becomes habitual. Gratitude helps us stop trying to control outcomes. It is the key that unlocks positive energy in our life. It is the alchemy that turns problems into blessings and the unexpected into gifts. Today, I will be grateful. I will start the process of turning today's pain into tomorrow's joy. Any reading that's about gratitude, I'm all about it. And, you know, that's hard. I'm not going to lie. And I've said this on other videos as well. You might not be able to, in that moment, be like, oh, thank you so much that I just smashed into the back of somebody on the fucking highway. Like, but after the fact, maybe that car was giving you nothing but problems. Maybe you shot somebody a text, put it down, and that's why you hit them, but nobody got hurt in the accident. So maybe it was an eye opener, like stop, and you never texted and drove again, or like anything. After the fact, you can always go back and look for the lesson or the positive in it. And listen, I know this is a bunch of like self-help like I was watching videos last night, and I have actually been listening to the audiobook You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, and I absolutely love it. But I understand she throws back and forth these concepts of like when she wanted to change her life and when she finally had enough, which is where I am, and this is the reason for all the things I'm doing today in my life. A lot of it sounded like crazy bullshit. People in her life were really skeptical, like, who are you? You're not like who you used to be. And I've actually gotten that exact comment from a friend. And it's like, thank God I'm not who I used to be. I'm so glad I'm not who I used to be. Um, I used to be that loyal to a fault friend, and I still have that and I don't want to say it's a downfall, because loyalty is, to me, the most important quality to have. Um, but I would do it for the wrong people. That's what I'm saying. So, I looked at it like, listen, I'm their friend, and okay, they stole from me, but they're sorry, or it was crazy. So I had to put that aside and put myself first, and myself in my best interest. So people don't like that. People don't like when you, number one, are doing better than them, even if they perceive it, even if it's not true. This is all their perception anyway. But, people don't like to see others doing good all the time. And I find it all so interesting, human behavior, because everything comes back to an experience you had in childhood. I believe that fully, and I believe that fully. I was watching a 5-minute video last night, and they had 5 different people, a mix of guys and girls, and they were showing them videos that were maybe 1 minute long. And the point of it was to try to invoke some emotion from them. And, of course, the guys were like, I am not gonna cry. I'm not a crier, something might touch me emotionally, but, it ain't gonna be that big of a deal. And, they started showing the videos, and the first one was like about a dog and a dog and an owner, and the owner got sick and stuff like that. And then, then they went through the people. How do you rate that video as far as emotional or not? And one man stood out to me because, he was hanging tough. He was like, yeah, it was sad, but it's not going to change, I'm not going to cry all day. I'm cool. Even when all the other people had like tears in their eyes, they were like, oh, that's so sad. This one dude was hanging tough, and I was watching him specifically. And another video that was shown was of a child who is now an adult, but he had his stepfather was his father figure since he was in 2nd grade, and he did not have anybody to carry on his name. So the child that is now, I don't know, maybe he was like in his early 20s, maybe very early 20s, changed his name legally to his stepfather's name so that he can carry on that name. He got the name changed on his jersey, and his stepfather was like bawling. I was like crying by the end of this video from every single video. Like, I don't even have to tell you guys. I'm telling you, I was crying. I was a mess. 3 a.m. watching these videos. I was crying. And that dude that was so tough, when they came onto him for his reaction, he was crying. And he said that two of his brothers got killed in a car accident, and that he is the last one to carry on the family name. And that's why that hit him so hard like that. And I'm like, yeah, it's all about your experiences and what you can relate to. Maybe I see something I can't relate to and it really doesn't hit home, but when you've had that experience, you relate other people's lives and issues to your own. And that's how it's just crazy to me, the human behavior and perception from one person to the next. And it was just great. So, I don't know where I was going with that. That was kind of off on a tangent, I guess. I don't know. Gratitude. Be grateful today, guys. Happy birthday, Martin Luther King Jr. I am going to hang out with my girls today and have some fun. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, guys. Let's grow this community and get some positivity out into the world. We definitely need it in 2021. And I will see you guys tomorrow.